I'm going to be breaking down how I live financially free with a small YouTube channel. I can travel to any country in the world and live in an Airbnb whilst making money, not even having to work that many hours. So I'm going to break down exactly the journey that I've been on and how I got to this point and how you can do the same thing. So about a year ago, I just started posting on YouTube, absolutely clueless, not knowing what I was doing. I knew I wanted to talk about something within the self-improvement space, but I didn't know where it was all going to lead to. So every single day I started posting a video, and after about 5 or 6 months, I had barely any traction at all. I still had under 1,000 subscribers, and I didn't know how I was going to make money from it. I hadn't made any money at all, and I was still clueless. I was running another successful business at the time, but this is what I truly wanted to do was YouTube, and I wanted to have a coaching business or some sort of online business from YouTube, but I didn't know how I was going to pull it together. And fast forward all the way until 8-9 months into my journey, I started to, kind of niche down to social skills, dating, and fitness. And still at this point, I hadn't made any money. I was starting to get about 500 to 1,000 views on my videos, but still was not making any money. And the funnel that I was using at the time was a Calendly book a call funnel. And there was no one who booked in. I had a couple calls here and there, but at one point there was a 3-month span where I was getting about 500 to 1,000 views per video, and I had no calls. And this was so disheartening and just destroyed my moral inside. I had no spirit. I was like, what's going on? But every single day I kept posting, and I eventually changed up my whole business structure to now where I collect leads that I can call and phone set. So I collect leads every single day. I have leads coming in. I get so many from the countries that I don't want to call, but I have about 20 to 50 quality leads coming in per day that I can hop on the phone with and book in a call manually. I can convince them to take the call. And as soon as I implemented this, it revolutionized my business. So you don't need to have millions of views to make a lot of money. What you need is the proper sales and marketing systems, and you need to know how to get people deeper into your funnel beyond just the Calendly book a call, basic ass funnel that everyone is thinking to do in 2025 when everyone's trying to be a coach. If you want to stand out and succeed, you really need to do something special and different. You need to be building as much trust with your audience as possible. See, I remember vividly 3 years ago when I was starting my self-transformation journey that I talk about on my other channel, and how Hamza and Jack Hopkins gave away a free guide. I vividly remember grabbing their guides. Jack's was okay, Hamza's was pretty good, and I've built my own variation off of it that I still use to this day. And it was just something cool that they gave away and that I could grab, and it made me feel special and connected with them. Like, oh wow, I actually got something from these guys beyond just the videos. And it really made a big difference for me. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I do the same thing now, and I give away free lead magnets, and I collect the phone number and email. And this is so powerful. This is how you get people deeper into your funnel, and you're giving them free things. You're not trying to ask for anything at this point besides just a phone number and email, which they're willing to give when you give them something for free. So how does this tie into me being able to live financially free? Well, all I have to do is create content. I like to post a video every single day. That's what I do. I have a system that I set up, which I can break down another time. But I have a very organized, structured system that allows me to produce content throughout the week. I don't record on weekends, and I'm able to post every single day without fail. And on top of that, I just need to work the business side of the channel, which is calling the leads. At a certain point, you can get phone setters. I'm starting to implement that into my business. There's different ways that you can have a free training that also nurtures and warms up leads, and they book calls on their own. There's many different ways that you can play it, but that phone setting is going to be the biggest impact that allows you just to start living financially free, starting to generate money at will. There's so many days where I've started off with no calls on the calendar, literally. So I went on a vacation. It was a shitty ass vacation. I went to this city. It was terrible. It wasn't fun at all. So I wasted all my money going there. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to make some new money back now. That was all I was thinking about on the train ride home. I get back. The next day I closed a deal for $2,500. Had no sales calls booked before that, but at around 4 or 5 o'clock, I hopped on the phones, got someone booked in at 10 o'clock that night, and I closed them later that day for $2,500, and that was that. I was able to generate a bunch of money due to the fact that I was able to hop on the phones with people. I had phone numbers to call. Having phone numbers to call and people to speak to is so powerful. So when you're a small channel, you can't expect to have the call volume of guys who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and use their systems, because it's just not going to work for you. They're trying to, at their stage in their business, they're trying to reduce friction and just get as many qualified leads as possible because they have so much business. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get as many people into your funnel as possible. It's two different mindsets. You can't take the advice of someone who has a huge channel because it's not going to apply to you. You need to take the advice of someone who's in the same exact situation like you are if you're a small channel, and you just implement their systems that are allowing them to succeed. See, I've been able to I can make as much money as I want. So I make plenty of money. I close $2,500 deals all the time. I just implemented a lower ticket deal for the people who can't afford that for $250. I closed that. It's so easy to close that one on a downsell. And I'm constantly able to generate money from my audience because I have all the sales, the marketing systems that work for a small channel. That's really the key thing I want you to take away from this, is if you're a small channel with, let's say, less than 10K subscribers, this is going to be the best way for you to make a lot of money. If you want to make tons and tons of money, you need to have the proper systems in place. And the Calendly Book of Call, or just having a basic landing page like I did, is not going to do anything for you. That's going to leave you with months and months of an empty calendar, no sales calls, not making any money, and this business is not going to be sustainable for you. And you're probably not going to make it to the point where you have those hundreds of thousands. You need to be able to generate money now. And getting on the phone with people who are interested in your offer because you're giving away lead magnets that are in alignment with that is the best thing that you can do. And this is going to allow you to start generating money right away. This is why I'm able to travel. Back to that trip that I took, it was 2 weeks, and while I was on that trip, I actually generated over $3,000 paying for the trip plus some. So that's how powerful this is. This is why I'm able to live this financially free life, travel to any different country that I want to, stay in Airbnbs, and have it all paid for, because while I'm there, I know I can make the money back and pay for the whole thing plus some and keep the business generating even more money. And it's the coolest thing ever. This is the lifestyle of my dreams. I wish I could have started this years and years ago, but I didn't have the knowledge and the information. And that's everything I'm going to be sharing on this channel. So if you're someone who's a smaller creator and you need to implement the sales and marketing systems, or you need help starting to get the traffic and actually build up your personal brand, you don't know where to start, then you can book in a free call with me down below, and I can discuss how I can help you on this journey.